Yeah, at this point, it's...
Nope. Who was
we're
it?
streaming. We're streaming.
Poe Dameron, John Boyega all said, Oscar Isaacs, Matt, screw it. You can discuss the movie.
Oh, if they gave the okay, it's fine.
Yeah, if Poe Dameron says it's okay, it's okay.
That's what I wanted. I wanted more Poe Dameron.
Well, you almost got no Poe.
No, I know, but now they've got a whole, not Marvel, but whoever is doing the comic book portion of it, there's a whole now Poe Dameron series that they're going to do, talking about his exploits as the best fighter pilot in the Republic and that sort of thing.
I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Poe continuing J.J. Abrams' long-standing tradition of wanting to kill off a character, then changing his mind, and then that character end up being important.
Yep.
And cool. Chat is already throwing you out under the bus, Ben. You're no longer a mage.
Oh,
nope, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes.
It finally, the truth came out. After years
starting already?
of bullshitting everybody on the whole planet, we can finally call you out on it because you got caught.
No, I'm still a mage.
Nope.
I have mage in my name.
Yeah, as a ruse.
It's not a ruse.
Because that's not how it works. I could change my name to John the Millionaire, and it would not give me money.
You're a millionaire?
Nope. I'm as much a millionaire as you are a mage.
Hey, Ben, I hate to side with everyone else, but it was not convincing last night.
I know. Look, we'll talk about it once the show starts proper. But that was the sound of a cat hitting a couch. He was going full speed. Did you hear that?
Yeah, we've got our black cat will run full speed downstairs, jump at the bottom onto the chairs in front of the TV, and then jump off those onto another set of couches, make a complete U-turn, and shoot back up the stairs. And you're like, what the hell just happened? Must be a cat.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, apparently.
Are we using the Twitch chat room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see me? I did a test in there.
I did. I thought you were just... I don't know.
I just stuttered too.
I did.
Mega Man.
But where is Dr. Wily? That's a good question.
Mega
Maybe we have to find more information from the radar room.
The radar room. Oh my god.
When we find that video, we'll find Dr. Wily.
I don't have a shocking confession. This is not clickbait. That was the Jules episode.
Oh, that was awesome.
On this week's Azeroth Roundtable, the truth comes out.
So, John, is your camera just broken, or do you just not want to use it?
It doesn't... I can't use it for OBS for capturing and transmit it through Skype at the same time.
Ah, okay.
So I could do it the way Ben did it, but then I wouldn't be in glorious HD.
Gotcha.
So you're in HD and we suck? Is that what you're saying?
How's my picture coming through?
You look good.
Okay.
To me, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you're not in glorious HD, but you're pretty good.
We just got our DSL upgraded, so now it's 40 down and 5 up. And so we're hoping the better bandwidth. It's kind of a dry run for Sunday as well. We do the AIE podcast.
See, the thing is, though, you need 2 more up, because then it's 7 up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I'm not going to read you what the chat room says. You can read it yourself. You do your own work on this show, Tet.
That's right. I do my own Foley work. There. That's all I get.
What was that?
That was blowing in a
There's a ship.
That was the sound of air in a bottle.
Okay, so John, he did a ship. I have
a cup.
Oh God.
A speeder.
Stop what you're doing. Just stop.
Oh man. I don't know why. I love quoting that because it's just so dumb.
A ship. A
cup,
cup.
A speeder. A ship.
Then Yoda's like, "You're afraid."
How fear you? That doesn't sound like Yoda.
Yeah.
But it does sound like a Muppet, so
yeah, close enough.
you're basically there.
Oh, and I was really happy with what they did with Maz Kanata.
Oh my gosh, she's great.
That was really well done.
You think there's going to be a point where Maz like pops off the stuff on the side and has big Yoda ears?
No. Different species.
I like that you guys can't see me on camera, and this is like the most animated I've been with my movements. I think it's because I can more easily see myself like this. Usually I'm not able to see it, so I'm mugging for myself. Hello, me.
I'm about to put in the chat room my favorite Maz Kanata picture I've seen so far.
Is it the Golden Girls one?
Golden Girls?
Yeah. I love it.
Best one.
Hi, Ben. Welcome to the internet.
I'm trying to just say, hey, this is cool.
No, it is cool.
Aww.
John,
your picture's great.
You're like that kid at grade school when Ben brings something in for show and tell. You go, yeah, we saw that last year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jeff brought that in. What do you bring?
Right.
Of course, that always makes me think of The Simpsons. Anytime anyone brings up show and tell, the episode where Bart has the bigger brother or whatever.
Yeah.
He brings in the neuralizer. Martin passes out. Then Milhouse has to go up next. I brought in a horse. Nay. Nay.
Yeah.
So essentially, from now on the show, I brought in a horse.
Sweet.
Nay.
Good horse. We haven't seen the horse yet, so.
At least it's not a dying giraffe.
I'm getting the Sarah face.
Oh.
Well, she's judging you, so.
Apparently.
There you go.
All right. Are we ready to start the actual show?
Sure.
Are you ready?
I'm getting it perfectly set up right now. All right, Ted, whenever you want to start us off, go right ahead.
Ah! No.
That's it.
I like the new way we do the show.
Thanks for joining Azeroth Roundtable.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. This is Tetsemi, and you're listening to Azeroth Roundtable.
It's short. It's to the point. I like it.
He did it. I mean, he could have just screamed into the microphone, but he actually just went ahead and did it.
Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 147. My name is Ben Bumhofer, and with me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
It's going well, Ben. It's Friday night. It's been a long week, but I'm here, and I'm mostly awake, and I feel mostly good, and I'm mostly ready to do a show.
At any second, I'm going to sneeze. Just to warn
I'm
you.
watching that. I was wondering what you were doing. All of a sudden, Ben, I thought you were just really pondering what was going on. Just like, just like touching your nose.
I stick it on my nose instead. Okay.
I don't know how the thinking man works. Does he rest his nose on his hand like this?
I'm just playing I Got Your Nose by myself.
Oh, you gonna be all right? Look at the light. Yell lemon tree.
That doesn't do it.
Look at the light and lemon tree. Yeah, that's
lemon tree. No.
See, you didn't sneeze. You didn't sneeze.
Yet.
I thought you were supposed to look into it to sneeze. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so this week we are joined by one of our close personal friends, Tetsemi. Welcome, Tetsemi.
Howdy. Thank you for having me.
And apparently you are a tiny cowboy now.
A time to pause for dramatic effect and hello.
There's a snake in my boot. Oh, wait, no, wrong show. How you guys doing?
Well, I'm about to sneeze. John,
Stop! Just sneeze.
Doesn't work.
We can stop the show for you.
I know. Nah, it's fine. We're good.
Tickle your nose or something. Shove your beard all up in there.
It doesn't work that way, John.
It might work that way.
It's not the Force. Oh, wait, that doesn't work that way either. Best line in the movie. Anyway.
So, John,
Ben,
you need to join us for raid.
Oh my god.
I've been told this before,
Yes.
but what is the reason this week?
Okay, Ted. I mean, you're a co-raid leader with me.
I am.
I would actually argue and say you are the raid leader, and sometimes you just let me pretend. No, but
this is a 50-50.
But last night we did something that I'm not entirely surprised about, but at the same time, I'm kind of shocked, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we tend to do things a little backwards, don't we?
Yeah, just a bit. So, okay, so we were in raid last night. I don't know how closely you've been following our escapades, John, but we, are in the upper part of Hellfire Citadel. We are in there. We killed the first two bosses. We've mostly got them kind of on farm at this point.
Okay.
We got Hot Potato Boss. We're doing pretty good with that. And then we also have Now You're Thinking with Portals Boss. RNG can still wipe us out, but we do pretty well with that.
Good to know that the naming conventions of FERT Raid still going strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, or it's a Puddles, so.
Yeah, or it could be Ghost in the Machine boss.
Ooh, there's that too.
Yeah.
There's that too. I mean, we can't use Iron Man because that's the second boss.
No.
So, yeah. Okay, so we decide that we're going to go ahead and try out, what is it? Tyrant...
Velhari,
thank you. Tyrant Velhari, which is for us, it was our third boss in there and everything. And last week when we were working on her, Ted, what? Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours. Full 2 hours. How low did we get?
33%, I think, at one point when we got lucky with RNG.
Yeah. And it was pretty bad, John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't looking forward to raiding once we beat the first two bosses, because I'm like, well, now I got an hour to do this for a while.
Yeah. The usual... yeah, we had somebody bow out, so we had to juggle who was healing and that whole thing, which usually happens during break. But thankfully, we didn't have anyone disappear on break for 10, 15 minutes this time, so we were good.
Was anybody watching football?
No.
Okay.
No, it was Thursday night, and they're in the playoffs, so there's no Thursday night football.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good job, Civ.
I never said it was Civ.
I found out the truth.
On the show, I never said it was Civ.
I found out. I asked him directly. Are you kidding? He was the second person I asked after I found out.
Who was the first?
Ben, to see if he'd rat Civ out.
And I didn't on air.
That's right.
So,
that's awesome.
We go in there, and we start the fight, and, we're kind of going through, and we did wipe, right?
Well, yeah, because hang on, you gotta back up a minute. We had Kefis join us, who had not been there for the previous week, and actually
he'd never seen the fight before.
Never gets old.
Blind jokes, always classy. Well, Kefis is the main instigator of those, so we really can't.
He does it to himself.
He opened those floodgates.
He did. But we so there's a part in the second phase where we've got everyone stacked on one side, and if you get this spell effect on you, you have to go to the other side. Well, he didn't get out in time, and a couple other people didn't get out in time, and the damage just built up and wiped. So yeah, we had one wipe, and then
so then we go back in. Kefis understands. Ro actually has a great way of describing that. It's like the Thaddeus fight. You have the positive and negative side.
Okay.
This time there's only negatives, and they all just have to get out of there.
Just get out of the group. You're too negative.
Yeah. So that works. So we go in. We're working our magic. We're throwing fireballs, healing, smacking things, and everything. And then we get into phase 3, which we had gotten there once before, just kind of like, oh crap, we're in phase 3. What do we do now? Back on Thursday before or Sunday, whatever. Right. I don't know.
Like you do on progression night. When you get to phase 3 for the first time, everybody goes, we did it! And then you all explode.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is the usual method, yes.
Exactly. So we get into phase 3, and I mean, I've seen the video, and by this point, I think most of us have seen the video. Mm-hmm. So at this point, you need to, walk the boss around the room because she drops puddles of bleh.
Well, not even like they do.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just splotches of defile, basically.
Yeah, which matches the ground, so you can't really see it.
Nope.
Blizzard fashion right there. And then we just keep doing it. And then she summons an ad. And then like, okay, well, we got the ad up. Cool. We've seen this part. So when we die, we can go back and do it again and, be more familiar with it. And then a funny thing happens. The ad dies.
Yeah. And the ad basically reduces the amount of damage you can do to the boss while it's alive. So you have to kill the ad.
Okay.
So we're like, oh, wow. And Ro's like, back on the boss.
As he does.
Yeah. Everyone just starts attacking the boss again. And wouldn't you know it, she dies.
Yep. Second try in there. Boom, dead.
Yeah. After like 2 hours of just beating our heads against it, we killed her. It was the most amazing thing, John. I mean, it was like we would have cheered, like old school raid, except I think we were all kind of shocked.
Yeah. Like, wait, the boss is dead?
Yeah, all of a sudden the loot window popped up and everything, and we're like, oh, well, let's res the dead. And did that happen? It was pretty fantastic.
You've just reminded me of a really fun time for YouTube. When, like, there was no, like, regular live streaming. It was just people would record their raid night.
Yes.
And then they would set, like, them fighting Ragnaros to the Matrix Reloaded soundtrack. And it'd just be that Neo song over and over again. And you'd just be watching numbers go.
Yep.
And you just, like, you just see the fight, and just watch it and watch it and watch it. And then at the very end, the music would cut out and you would just blow out your speakers from people screaming as loud as they could.
Yeah.
What a golden time for YouTube that was.
Yeah. No, it was a great night last night. We had so much fun doing that. We were so happy that we killed our boss. So then
we ran out of room because remember she's placing the files. So we basically done we
did like a figure eight.
No, we did. Yeah, we did a figure eight at first, and then we did all the way around the outside of the room, and then we started going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And like the last 5%, we're just standing there going, God, I hope they can heal us, because there was no place left to go. And I looked at the logs, Ben. No one died on that fight.
Wow.
I'm serious. No one died on the Velhari fight.
Nice.
After getting completely decimated. Now, we did make a change in strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And we
were
saving
to win.
Well, that. And the second phase is there's a lot of damage going out, and there's a debuff as to how much you can heal through. And so we're like, the strategy I went back and watched said, you need to bloodlust and get out of this phase as quickly as possible, ignoring the ad except to interrupt it. And I went, okay, we'll try that. We tried it. Oh, yeah, we won. I'm like, oh, there you go. We just had the wrong strategy.
Yeah. So, pretty successful raid night. We killed our 2 kind of on-farm bosses and down a new boss. So with, about a half hour left, someone had the bright idea of, let's go to the next boss and poke at it and see what happens.
As you do.
So, new boss, never seen, never encountered before. Ever.
Well, first of all, the trash beforehand is like a mini boss.
I don't want to hear about that part.
No, wait. Hang on. You got to hear about this trash. You would actually like this trash.
Nope.
Okay, so when you're staring at the boss, there's a demon lord thing that you have to kill first, and it doesn't charge. But if you put him between 2 like pillars that are broken, he doesn't charge at all, and it's the funniest thing. He
just
throws
does
a
the
sword.
Superman pose.
He's like, it doesn't do anything.
He's just standing there like this in the Superman pose, like he's flying, like he wants to charge, but he can't go anywhere. So guys, it's broken. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yep. Hopefully that never gets fixed because it's amazing.
Oh, it is.
I can't imagine it's getting fixed. If it's been in there this long, I feel like it is in.
Because there's a fence that runs between these 2 pillars like this. And so you basically walk him. I know, you walk him in, and he's stuck in this alley. And then when he tries to charge out of there, he's just stuck. So all he can do is Superman. It's great.
It is.
It's awesome.
All right, so tell me about this boss.
Okay, so
we all know how I feel about trash. I don't care. I don't care if he does Superman.
But that part was cool.
Whatever.
I had to share it, so shush. So anyways, we go to the boss, and this is one where like portally things appear on the ground. You need to have people soak all but one, and then pillars pop out of the ground, and then there's these debuffs and like waves of energy go out, and some people need to block it but others can't, and so there's like this overly complex dance that you have to figure out how to do.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. Amazing that this would happen in this expansion after all the times we've talked about it.
With all the personal responsibility and everything else.
Weird that they made you do raiding during your raiding.
Yeah, I know. So we start the fight.
Okay.
We're going through, a couple people die, and I'm just like, okay, cool, we're getting an idea of what's going on and everything like that. Then I look at the health, and the boss is down to 20%. And I was like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden I'm like, we might actually kill this thing. This is amazing.
And then I died, and then Civ died.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm amazed he lasted that long.
Well, and then Kefis died, and then Mew died, and then who else was doing no, Kazad had switched over. So basically all the melee is dead, and there are the mages and the healers left.
Mm-hmm. And the boss died.
Good job.
We won.
One shot, we're just like, we'll pull it and see what happens.
It's good to know that raid gets real hard right at the end for all you guys that just roll right on over the top of it.
Well, and see, my whole thing is, I think apparently we started on the hardest boss of that wing and went downhill from there, because we started on Sokrathar, which is the most coordinated you have to be besides Iskar, which is just the hot potato guy. And then Tyrant's not that bad, really. And then you get to this guy, and it's not that bad. So it's like, apparently we started hardest and went down to the easiest one.
Kind of weird. But, so here's the thing. And one of the reasons why I wanted to tell that story is just because...
You wanted to brag.
Wanted to brag.
Okay.
But, so John, we've talked on the show a lot about personal responsibility in raid. And also,
and in life
and in life. But how normal needs to be tuned, kind of like how LFR was and everything like that. And then all of a sudden we do this fight that throws all of that out the window. So, something I want to ask both of you is it because we were actually getting those super hard dances down that we were able to do this boss like so much easier? Is it because we went out of order, or is it just one of those, guys, Blizzard has a really hard job to actually tune this stuff?
No, I think for our group, speaking of personal responsibility, I did the Valor grind. So I have all my, what would normally be the 695 and 700 gear upgraded 10 item levels. And the ring, I actually did 2 upgrades on the ring. I did the 1250 Valor grind and bought the Fel to upgrade the ring. So, and I know there are other people that are working on getting their gear upgraded. So I think it's a combination of upgrading the gear. But yeah, we did the hard dance first. So once we got to the easier boss, like, wait, all we have to do is go stand in a puddle and determine, of the 2 puddles that come out, which one we want to leave up. And then once he casts the spell, all we have to do is block the waves that are going towards that pillar. Okay, that's not hard compared to
well, let's see, you don't want the fire on you. You want to make sure you throw the hot potato so that you can defuse the bomb and do this. Meanwhile,
and get it back to the tank so he can. Yeah, between Iskar and Sokrathar. It's funny because we're doing Sokrathar completely wrong as well, because realistically, to save the healer's mana and stress, you're supposed to let him get back in the suit, burn him back out of the suit, and we're like, screw that, we're just gonna burn him. And we did that. So yeah, I don't know, we have our own way of doing things, Ben, and I think for this one, yeah, we did the hardest boss for us, which is the most coordinated, and went to the easiest.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for I think it's XHUL Zolharok or something, whatever his name is. It's like the first third of the fight is all fire. The second part of the fight is all shadow. The third part of the fight is fire and shadow, and there's stuff everywhere. So it'll be interesting.
So he's like a Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Also, so the boss was watching football.
There's that
In this case, no, the boss was watching Grommash. I think that's the problem. I think Grommash was up on the pillar, chained up, and he was just taunting the demon the whole time, and I think that's what distracted
It
him.
would be distracting.
So, I'll get you in a shut up over there.
I'll scream where he is. Oh.
Oh, Jabba.
Was that your Jabba impression, Ben?
It was.
Can we hear it again? So we can draw more attention to it?
Nope.
Okay.
So John.
Yes. Hello.
Does this make you interested at all in joining us for a raid night or two?
Absolutely not.
Kind of had a feeling.
Yeah. John is done with this expansion.
Not even remotely. If it makes you feel better, I played as a Worgen this week.
Really? And where did you do that? Asking.
Probably in Heroes.
The top lane, the bottom lane. Yep. Sometimes I was in the mid lane.
You played Greymane.
I played Greymane.
Yeah.
Which we won't talk about, because I have to talk about that later. But for a moment, I wanted to fool everybody. Oh, John was playing WoW. He's playing a Worgen. Nope. I was.
Well, weren't you actually going to make like a Worgen hunter or something?
I did make a Worgen.
And how'd that go?
Good. I stopped, though.
He deleted him.
I didn't delete him. I stopped.
No, it's not a mage. He
that's true.
all his mages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I deleted a level 90 mage.
As you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't like the way it was looking at me. I don't even remember if it was a he or she. I didn't like the way it was looking at me. Gone.
That works.
So
I
I think, John, you're not coming back until the pre-expansion event, are you?
I'm probably done until we get to the pre-expansion. I've had a little bit of fun here and there, logging on my rogue, doing some things that I had done on my monk that I wanted to get kind of back in line for when I kind of make the switch back to rogue going into the next expansion. So that has been fun, but I've definitely hit kind of just this plateau of like, it's still me in my garrison doing the garrison stuff. Because I'm not ready to dive into raiding or anything like that. And so I burnt out of that too, even though that was really new and fresh for a while. So, I'm, again, because I know how people get, I'm super excited about Legion. I'm super excited about that pre-launch event. But even playing like alts and thinking about going into an alt right now, the big thought in my mind is, well, they're about to make all these classes, either way better or maybe not, but at least completely different. I don't want to get in and spend that time learning it just to have it all immediately change. That's going to make me lose interest in it very fast. So I think for me, I'm probably done until we get at least those system changes into the game.
Well, that actually, that brings up a point that I'm curious about. With the boost and everything that's coming with Legion, because, if you haven't heard, you get a free 100 boost. But here's the thing. If you haven't used your 90 boost yet, make sure you use that because you don't get 2.
I used my 100 boost.
Oh, you used it already? Oh, well, then this is a totally horrible question for me to ask.
I don't want to tell anybody what I boosted.
You have to now.
Actually, I think they said something about if you don't use the 90 and you use the 100, you still get the 90.
Because I heard that the 100 replaces the 90.
No, there's something, because somebody asked that. They said, do we lose the 90 if we get the 100? And they said, no, you still get both.
Oh,
so
well, that's changed then. So more importantly though, John, what did you make?
I boosted my Death Knight.
Was your Death Knight level 60, and did you have crafting professions chosen?
I had crafting professions chosen. My Death Knight was not 60.
Oh my god!
My Death Knight was 84.
Yep. I knew that was coming. John's like, I can't do those last 6 levels. I'm not going to go through Cataclysm. I'm done with Mists of Pandaria. I'm just going straight to 100.
I think I was in a desert somewhere.
Oh, Oldham.
Yeah. Watching Harrison Jones.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Oh, man.
I need a boost.
Well, at that time, what options did you have? I mean...
That was a big part of it. Was that I was looking down the list and I thought, I kind of don't want to boost anything right now. I would love to have the level 100 Death Knight, like get that character just up there and have him relevant and caught up and good to go. You know, I couldn't justify it on a character that was like 90. For some reason 84 was like the threshold for me. I couldn't justify it on 90, so I looked at it and I just said, okay, you know what? Death Knight makes the most sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that works. Well, then, I guess I can't ask you the question, so never mind. Ted, have you actually used your boost yet, or are you waiting for the physical collector's edition like I am?
No, so I have 2 accounts, and so this is what I do because I ran out of character slots for the craft fair, and I'd had my another account for my daughter that we have the craft fair tunes on. So, what I normally do is buy the digital collector's edition, apply that to my main account so I can play and get all the stuff right away. And then when I get the physical edition from Amazon, usually at 7:35 p.m. that evening of launch day, I apply that key. It refunds the digital key back, and then I apply that to her account. So,
Gotcha.
But I have not bought Legion yet. I have not pre-ordered it, and I don't plan on pre-ordering it until I see more of what they're going to do and what's actually going to make it into the shipping product.
Gotcha.
Well, I think for me, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'll tell you why I disagree. Why me, the guy who's like, I'm done with Warlords, was willing to already have pre-ordered Legion in a world where I have not pre-ordered Overwatch yet.
That is strange.
Oh, but make sure you do it on Amazon if you have Prime. Anyway,
why?
You get 20% off.
No, I'm not getting that version of Overwatch. I'm getting digital.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the digital revolution, man.
No,
what is physical? None of us are physical. Digitize me.
If I had the extra money, I would have bought the collector's edition of that just to have. But
see, I don't want the statue. Everything else I want. I can't justify the price for a statue I don't want.
Sweet
That's
book.
what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. If I had the money, but I can't justify it. So
anyway. 20% off.
And a sweet book. 20% off and a book.
And a soundtrack.
And a book.
Wait, is there a soundtrack?
A sweet book.
Anyways.
Right. So the reason why I disagree. Because to me, at the very least, even if the game ends up not having legs like Warlords did, like obviously I don't need to beat a dead horse. I didn't like this expansion. But I loved going from level 90 to 100. That was fantastic. And I would pre-order and get the expansion just for that experience. Might not stay subscribed for over a year, but I would at least pre-order and play the expansion. So that's why it was easy for me to say I'm in. It looks like it seems like a game I'm going to be way more into than I was this time around. Mm-hmm. But at the very least, I'm going to be way more into the leveling and what they're doing with that again, because it's always been good. It has been consistently good, and I think it's going to get better.
And I don't disagree. I find it interesting. And again, maybe it's completely coincidence. Maybe it's they timed it with the season 5 release of Diablo 3. I don't know, but they added the Illidan mask now as a item that you can wear in Diablo 3 if you pre-order Legion.
Right.
So they're adding. The cynical part of me says, they're adding stuff to the Legion pre-order because they're not getting enough pre-orders, which that makes no sense. No one's going to, one object in D3 isn't going to make anyone go, now I'm going to pre-order.
Right.
There's like one guy out there. His name is Terry.
Right.
And he's like, oh my gosh, I could be Elden.
Now we're going to get an email from a Terry who's like, you don't represent me in what I believe.
Hey, we didn't say which Terry.
Yeah. I'm okay not pre-ordering because, like I said, I want to get closer to see when it's actually gonna release, and not that I have, I know they're doing much better about talking about stuff that they're actually have committed to and are going to have in release. So no problem. I think it's just, for me, it's just too early to order right now because there's no benefit to me other than the boost to 100, and I have 10 100s on the Horde side, and I have a 100 on the Alliance side.
That's right.
My last tune on the Horde side is a 60 Warlock who has her professions, and I'm going to use the boost to 100 on that because I want to do the Warlock artifact story with that character. But right now, boosting that character to 100 gives me one more 100 to sit in a garrison and make gold for me. I don't need that. I have 10 doing that, So
Yeah.
there's nothing right now that I could get out of ordering the collector's edition to give me a benefit. So there's no point in me ordering it right now.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
I can see that.
And considering the physical collector's edition hasn't actually been announced yet, there's no way you can't find it
on it. Yeah, you can't order it on Amazon anyway. So,
yeah.
Like I said, I could order the digital.
Tet,
but yes.
Let me tell you about riding around on a Feld Stalker in Heroes of the Storm.
Are you a Worgen when you do that?
Let me see if this titillates you. It's bigger than you'd think.
Nope. Sorry.
See, that just made some guy named Jerry pre-order Legion. So,
what about some sweet Diablo wings and a mask?
I have the wings already, and
hold on. How'd you get the wings already?
The big the wings came from what's her name in StarCraft 2?
Oh, Kerrigan? Different
Kerrigan.
wings.
No, these are different
wings. You actually get Illidan wings.
These are Illidan wings.
I've got Kerrigan wings. Kerrigan wings and the mask. It looks the same thing.
These are different wings, man.
Doesn't matter. It's not interesting.
These are not your nightwear wings. These are formal occasion wings.
Nope.
You were gonna be the laugh of the town. You show up wearing Kerrigan wings to a formal occasion.
Hey, I have my Kerrigan wings, and I have my little Protoss pet that comes out and collects all the gold in Diablo 3 for me, which is amazing.
Yep.
I don't have to go around and collect. I get out a cosmetic pet in Diablo 3, and the pet actually runs around and grabs all the gold. I'm happy.
I just let's go back to formal wings. Do they have little black ties on them?
No,
or
you wear them to black tie events.
Oh, okay.
There's etiquette.
Yeah, sorry, John. I didn't mean to take over your role as Cynican here, but no, just like I said, I've looked. I've looked at the digital edition, and right now, today, there's nothing that compels me to say I really need to pre-order. Now, had they done something like alpha access, beta access, to Legion or something like that?
Aren't you in the alpha?
Nope.
Oh.
So,
well, don't I feel silly for throwing that out there as a possibility?
No, but honestly, I mean, I looked through everything on the collector's edition right now for today, and there's nothing I gotta have it.
What about Tracer in Overwatch? Or in Heroes? Tracer from Overwatch in
Heroes.
Can I play her in Overwatch? Or
you could.
Is that only the collector's edition?
I haven't seen you play Overwatch much. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but we'll see.
Hey, I actually didn't do too bad. And I already have that actually pre-ordered and everything.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Overwatch.
I haven't pre-ordered that either.
Tet, did you...
Yeah.
Pre-ordering Blizzard stuff is not evil. You know that, right? It's okay. You're allowed to do it.
But something, John, honestly, and it's odd, something changed this past year with pre-ordering, and normally I pre-order because there's an immediate benefit. The pre-order right now doesn't give me any immediate benefit, so there's no point in me getting that money out of the bank from its 0.5% interest that it's earning and giving it to Blizzard and let them earning their interest on it. Right now there's nothing that I see that's compelling me to go buy either Overwatch or Legion.
Legion, yeah. Well, okay, so here's the funny thing. John and I, we've worked at a very popular video game retailer before,
No.
and yeah, I know. So that was actually, what you said right there is one of the arguments that I always found. Just I'm like, okay, that totally makes sense, and you can justify it and everything. When we would push and push and push and try and get people to reserve things, because if not, bad things happen to us.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. At what point does it, like, do you think it'll actually happen? Because if you get the physical collector's edition, it's just, there is no benefit beforehand at all. In fact,
Right.
some will even say that if you walk to like Fry's Electronics, you'll have hundreds of collector's editions of Legion there. Like, are
Yes,
you
but it
gonna
won't be at
pre-order?
20% off. No, and seriously, I will do the physical collector's edition through Amazon. I have Prime. I'll get the 20% off on the physical collector's edition.
And that's a smart way to go.
Yeah.
And everyone else is probably going to get the digital collector's edition for the mount and the pet and the boost and the blah blah blah. In fact, McCullough, Kiki used her 100 boost or her 90 boost, but McCullough still has not used her 90 boost.
Yeah.
So, again, I think it's all what immediate benefit do you get out of it, and right now, like I said, I don't see, as soon as the pre-event is announced, where they're going to start doing the pre-event stuff, then yeah, I will probably pick up the pre-order to get the boost 100 to boost the Warlock so that she can participate in the pre-event.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But until then, between, they've said no new content from now until the pre-event comes out, and the only character I'm really doing anything day to day on is Tet for the Valor grind. And then I'm working on one character a week to do the Tanan Jungle reputation grind, but only with Vol'jin's Headhunters, because I want to get to Revered and get the oil well, because then the shipyard becomes self-sustaining and you don't have to go back to Tanan and do that grind once you get the oil well. I've got it on 2 characters right now, and you get a Blood Elf crew, which cuts the time in half, and you turn that 18-hour mission into a 4.5-hour mission, 400 oil, boom. You just, every 4.5 hours, log in, run the mission, get oil, and keep going.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I'm having fun. I'm still having fun. Like I said, John, you remember Wrath? Do you remember that expansion?
Yes, quite fondly.
Let me tell you. Shut up about it.
Let me tell you a little tale about that. Do you remember at the very end of Wrath, before they did the Ice Crown dungeons, the three dungeons in Ice Crown, how fast those heroics went? The 5-mans?
Yes.
Welcome to today, John. The heroic 5-mans, at least that I have been in for the past 2 weeks, we're pulling trash into the first boss, killing the trash while we're killing the first boss in some of these dungeons. Ubers where you've got to disable the engineer before he starts the Fire Star, the Iron Star. Where like those things don't even make it, like they start moving towards the Iron Star and they fall over dead. And again, maybe it's the groups I'm running with, but because they've put the Valor grind in for people to be able to upgrade either their primary ring or their off-spec ring, or they're using it to do the 500 Valor upgrade for 2 item levels on pieces of gear, you have heroic level raiders, mythic level raiders running these dungeons now. And I literally had flashbacks to Wrath over the past few days running the heroics. They're going that fast.
Well, just to be a jerk.
You?
Yeah.
No.
Here's what they're missing. I hate grinds. Like, what was great about Wrath is you were grinding these points that bought you new gear. It wasn't, well, I've clicked a button and now the stupid numbers on this thing are higher. Like, I hate that. I hate the Valor upgrade system. I get that it helps you breeze through raid content and all of that. I get that they put this into the game to put another little carrot on, an ugly carrot on a shitty stick. But, like, I love that that's the speed that they're going at. I like fast-moving dungeons. I like knowing that I can queue for it, and it can be something that I'm going to knock out in about an hour, or maybe not even that, maybe even 30 minutes. Like that's a good feeling to know what to expect from a dungeon, unlike the Kata dungeons, which I get people like those dungeons, but I like to know what my time investment is going to be. I'm not in a place in my life anymore where I can say, well, it's going to be between 30 minutes and 4 hours, depending on how awful our team is. Yeah. So I like that structure, but there is nothing about the grind and the flow of the system that's in the game right now that even remotely speaks to me. Like, I have to have more than just my numbers went up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. And the other benefit, and people are going to say, well, why did you do that? You've already got 10 100s. The other benefit is they put the quest in the game. When you run your first heroic of the day, you get these, I think they call them mismatched coins. I forget what they are, but you collect 5 of them. You go back to the vendor and they give you the heirloom upgrade that'll upgrade a 60 level or 60, an item 60 level to the 90 level, and then you do it again and you get another set of, I think, 10 coins, and then they give you the item that will upgrade that 90 to the 100. And then the one I'm on now, it's up to 25 coins, and you only get them for doing the first heroic of the day, which coincidentally is also the one that gives you the 100 valor points for doing it. So you log in, do 1 dungeon a day, and now I'm getting stuff towards upgrading heirlooms, which I'll use on probably my Alliance tunes when I upgrade them. Yeah. So, yeah, I completely understand, John. It's missing the lure of Wrath, where you were working towards, I can buy an equivalent level raid piece for something I'm missing, or towards that. But at least for me and my play style, I'm enjoying it because it's going quick. Even the LFRs. I mean, you have mythic level raiders in LFR, and there's no strategy. It's just a Zerg fest. John, you remember when you raided with us the Butcher, the second boss in High Mall,
right?
With the pig, right?
Yeah.
The pig doesn't die, John. We kill the boss before the pig dies. They just take the pig, tag the pig, bring him into the boss arena, and everyone just burns the boss down, and then okay, now kill the pig. The pig lives longer than the boss, John.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. That sounds funny and cool, and that sounds all right, but
I know, but it's not towards.
Yeah. I think what it is for me, like if you want to get right into the psychology of John and where things sort of fall apart for me.
Scary place.
It is very scary, so prepare yourself. Is that when I start to hear how the systems work, when somebody says, you get one of these for the first blah, blah, blah that you do every blah, blah, blah. I don't hear, oh, cool, I'm earning coins to get a thing. I hear, okay, they want a 5-day commitment for me to complete the thing to buy the MacGuffin that they're trying to sell me at this point. Mm-hmm. I start to see it as time. I start to see them not selling me on content in the game as they're trying to convince me that my time is worth whatever the thing is at the very end. Which maybe I should appreciate that they're being that open and honest about it, that they're just saying, give us 30 minutes, five days in a row, or over a period of 5 days, and we'll give you this thing for it. And there is something to that. But to me, the excitement has always been the things that you can do on your own time. Like the Cloud Serpent faction.
Right.
Yeah. Where it was like, what? If I want to spend a stupid amount of time looking for eggs, that's on me. I can devote my life to something stupid if I want to. for a little while, at
I'll
least.
totally do it now too, because those eggs are everywhere.
And it's totally fine to do that. Like, and that's super cool. I can't tell you, when it was the original one out in Shadow Moon Valley, for the very first drakes that were in the game.
God. Yeah.
It is obscene the amount of time I spent just running around there looking for eggs. It's frightening. It's probably more time than I spent Easter egg hunting for my entire life.
Wait, like in movies or physical eggs?
Like at all. Just looking
Like
for
everything.
eggs.
Just combine it all.
It was ridiculous. And so that's the thing, but that was my choice. That was me feeling like I'm deciding how much time I put into this. Someone's not telling me this is what you're going to put in. This is me deciding this is what I'm going to put in. You've presented me a reward, and I'm going to show you what I'm willing to do to get that reward. Yeah. And I think that's the difference for me. And that's just my stubborn nature. When somebody says it's going to be this way, my natural reaction is, well, no, I'll show you. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be this way. Because I'm just not going to
do it.
Right.
And see, my thing is, I've come to accept that. And I just said, I've got to make my own. If I'm paying $15 a month, I've got to either pay the $15 a month and go find something that interests me, or stop paying the $15 a month. Mm-hmm. So the other benefit that I got out of, and again, this is me, out of running the heroics, is I have a level 3 war mill. And the bosses in the heroics have a chance to drop either a headpiece, a belt, or a shoulder plate. And there are transmog sets that you can buy. Everything from looking like an Orgrimmar City Guard to the Shadow Moon Valley cloth set to the set that I wear during raid, the black and red, looks like furnace pieces on it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like glowing.
The train engine helm.
Exactly, yeah. In fact, I found out that whole set's on the guy that's on Grimrail Depot, the third boss in that gets in the gun. Oh. He wears that set. I'd completely forgotten that. But so I had like over 2,000 iron scraps just sitting in my bags. I'm like, well, what do I spend this on? Oh, wait, those can get spent at the war mill. I just need the tokens. I looked in my bag. Oh, I've been running dungeons. Guess what? I have tokens in my bag. So I have almost completed every transmog set on the Horde side. I just have to get the Orgrimmar guard set. So when transmog goes live, guess what? I've got all those sets. So
everybody's a guard.
Yeah, I mean, but that was another benefit of running the dungeon that I didn't even plan for. But like I said, the thing that triggered it was I've got all these heirlooms. Now you've got an heirloom collection tab, and you've got some at 60, some are at 90, right. Some are at 100, and my OCD kicked in, John. Yeah, I have to confess. They're all the same number now.
So, okay, that's something that you put right there, is that the OCD. Like, there are some people who collect pets.
Yes.
I know a few.
One or two.
John, you kind of stopped doing that.
Oh, yeah. I broke my WoW OCD hard.
Exactly. And that's one of the big differences. Because, you know, we have the heirloom tab. Tet, you just said right there, and you OCD'd it out, and it's good. I know that Marconin loves to get mounts. He's got, in fact, he got what, number 308 today, I think?
I think so, yeah. Which is crazy, because I'm at like 215, and I can't figure out where the hell he came up with 93 other mounts.
Yeah. And
I mean, I know where they are, but it's like, good Lord, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like for him, that's the thing that he's doing in collecting and everything. Now, one thing that I really wonder is that with the way that transmog is going, John, do you think there's a chance that not even fill out everything in the transmog journal, but do you think that you're going to be out hunting for a lot of that stuff once Legion comes?
It's very likely. And I say it's very likely because I recently had to take drastic action in my life. It's been a long time since I've had to have my own self-intervention. Some might remember the great Spider-Man fiasco of another year ago or so.
What?
Where I had to completely remove an app from my phone because I would not stop spending money on it.
What did you do?
Well, let me tell you about how I no longer subscribe to Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Yeah, I got real into buying crates on Star Wars The Old Republic.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
No.
Sorry, everybody. Their expansion's probably going to be delayed because I am no
Because their main
longer,
funding
I'm
went
no
away.
longer funding them anymore.
Or it's going to be earlier because they hit their goals way sooner than they thought they would.
They're like, man, this is fine. We don't need anybody else in this game. We can do whatever we want. It wasn't that bad. I'm making it sound like it was the most insane thing. But I realized I had a problem. And I most certainly did. And a lot of that was centered around making sure that anytime I made a character, that character looked awesome. Yep. And let me tell you, my characters looked awesome, but it was not cheap to do. So WoW asking me to just invest time, I feel a lot better about that. Now, I will say this, and boy, I wish Blizzard would listen to this. I know there's only so much they can do. It's over 11-year-old game now, but man, they could make armor way more interesting looking. I would be really okay with that. Mm-hmm. There needs to be some different like styles and sets and things they can do. I've gotten really bored with it. And so if I don't get hooked on it, that's going to be the thing that causes it to not happen. Is I'm at a point where I feel like I've seen everything that armor has to offer. They've stopped wowing me with armor sets.
So here's a thought, John. Right now, the cosmetic pieces like that I bought from the War Mill.
I hated all of them, by the way.
The Shadow Moon cloth set actually looks really good on a Blood
thought
Elf.
it looked awful.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, the thing is they take up bank slots or void storage or something right now.
Oh, I know.
So once that all goes away, there's no point in not having it. And that's the thing. I mean, John, do you remember fondly Miss Pandaria, certain raid? You liked opening boxes?
Yeah. that raid made me happy.
Did you just hear the smile in his voice?
I did. So, John, let me tell you about this little small building in your garrison called a salvage yard.
Well, okay. No, hold on. It is not the same thing because, wait, let me tell you why I liked Spoils the Pandaria. Let's go back. Because first of all, everybody on this show knows I initially hated Spoils of Pandaria because I said it was a trash fight that was full of trash. And I stand by that. It still is. Here's what changed. I was told under no circumstances was I allowed to open boxes. And as soon as I was told that, I started opening boxes. And it became the most fun thing in the world to me because now I got to do something I wasn't supposed to be doing. When Alakaz got in there and said, hey, everybody, only tanks get to open boxes, I was like, I will open as many boxes. I'm not even on your side. I will open boxes until the end of time.
You were on my side.
There's a reason why your side always finished before ours.
Yeah. It was great. We always had to come over and help you guys out because somebody was opening boxes like a pro. Now, not to brag too much, it was a skill. Civ tried to copy it at one point, and he wiped the raid.
He did.
You got
he got us murdered.
So
no, but John, there are people today. Now you would think you open a box, you get typically 1 or 2 greens, maybe a blue, maybe a purple, and a little bit of trash you can sell.
Right.
What if I told you didn't have to open the box right now? What if I told you could just let those boxes stack up in inventory? In fact, I know someone, not me, not a friend, but I know someone in guild that says they've got over 2,000 salvage crates waiting for Transmog to go live. And as soon as it goes live, they're going to get to open 2,000 salvage boxes. Probably by the time it goes live, 3,000 salvage boxes.
Good Lord.
That's a good idea.
I have a lot saved up because I hate going and opening those boxes.
Right. There's no point in opening them right now because you're just going to sell it for gold.
It takes 7 months for the box to open. I'm just like...
Yeah. So
why am I opening those now? Why didn't I think about this?
Because if you're actively selling the stuff for transmog that looks good on the thing and you're collecting gold, or you're just
vendoring everything because
you're vendoring it for gold. I mean, that's one way of doing it. But as soon as you loot it, it goes into your transmog tab. So you should just be saving all these crates.
Oh my gosh. I am
Well,
doing that
the
starting
style
now.
goes
And then
into your
guess what?
tab. You still have to vendor it, right?
No.
Well, yeah, but that's still gold when the expansion hits.
Right. And guess what? It's like Christmas. As soon as the expansion hits and transmog's in, you get 4,000 boxes. It's like Christmas morning. I don't get to open one present or 10 presents. I get to open 4,000 presents.
That's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Well, Tet, what if I told you that you could have the greatest gift of all time, not just available to be opened, but to be delivered directly to your door?
Tell me more, John. Tell me more.
Well, with slashloot.com, you can order the official Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt. You don't have to wait till the next expansion. You can open that sucker right away and put it in your own transmog tab, which you probably call a closet.
You would be correct.
So if you want the official Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt, you just have to go to slashloot.com, click on the podcast section, look for Azeroth Roundtable. It's got a Murloc on it. That Murloc has a microphone, and it says Azeroth Roundtable. We cannot make it more clear for you. So, I know what you're saying, though. Those boxes have other stuff in it. Well, if you want a box with other stuff on it, in it, around it, feel it, love it, it's good, you're going to want to go to geekasylum.etsy.com, and you can pick up the official Azeroth Roundtable keychain and or necklace. And I say and or because you could get both. In fact, there's 2 different styles, so you could get 4 things. That's insane.
That's awesome.
That's like 1,000,000 boxes.
Yep.
Except it's like 5.
But
you
3.
you could
Or
do more.
one box with 5 things. But
You could do a lot of different things. You have options.
I like those options. I have one of those shirts in my transmog closet.
Yeah.
Two
Lots
of
of
them,
transmog options.
I have one in my transmog closet.
Yeah.
Wear it on the internet in glorious HD.
So, Ted, thank you very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure.
You're welcome.
How can people find you?
If they want to follow me, I'm going to annoy John because I haven't changed my Twitter handle and I'm not going to.
Why can't you be at Tetsemi?
Nope. I'm at Ivory Tiger on Twitter just to annoy John.
That's the only reason at this point. I like that.
Yep.
That works.
I'm stubborn that way.
Perfect. John, where can people find you?
If people want to find more of me, I'm on Twitter as well. I'm at John_Jagger. You can also find me here on this show. You can find me on Core, Heroes of the Storm podcast, where you can hear all about me playing a Worgen.
That is true.
Yep, accurate. Those usually go up on Sunday. You can check that out. Just search for Core on iTunes. Check out heroesforyou.com if you want to find out more. You can also catch me on Experience Points. That is every Saturday from 12 to 3 Mountain Standard Time currently. That's on twitch.tv/frogpants_Scott. It's a good time. We play
Good
games.
job. It's fun. I've watched it.
Turns out, video games are fun.
No.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. ESPN is covering esports.
Hey, we might talk about that on Core.
Core! Every time. I can't help it.
You gotta yell it.
can't.
It's all in
Gotta yell
caps. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's all in caps.
Blame Johnson.
Yeah. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Ben the Mage. That's right. You heard that right.
Ben the what now?
The Mage.
He's still in
Now,
denial.
hold on. I heard you were not a mage anymore, Ben.
No, I'm still a mage.
Is this like when you were Al the Mage for a good long time? Like it was a name that didn't really make sense for you? Is that like what you're doing now still?
Well, no, it still makes sense because my character is Alanya. Shortened it's Al.
Yeah,
Al
but
the
you
Mage.
changed it. So that's different. So now you're Ben. That seems accurate if that is your real name.
Yes, that is my real name.
I heard. So tell me why Ben's not a mage, because I was not there. I heard the fallout. This has been a long time coming. I've told Ben that the best class in this game is rogue or monk. That either one of those were acceptable. and Ben doesn't even play mage anymore, so
I do.
clearly he hates him. But
No.
go ahead and tell me how he finally confessed.
So what happened was he went to, like I do to the hunter group, I just refer to them as the hunters. So everything go do this, you go do this, and the hunters will go do this. Ben was doing directions and said, and the mages, and then paused and realized that he had not included himself in that generality of the mages.
Right.
And you could hear his head drop over the microphone as he came to the conclusion that he no longer identified as a mage in the activity that we were doing at the time.
It made me so sad. It broke my little heart.
It did. You could hear it break. Now, John, he did not identify himself as a monk.
Okay.
He identified himself as a healer.
Okay. That's fine.
So
mages don't heal, so
right. So
they should.
That's the whole story. It's that moment of self-awareness where you come to a realization that in the activity that you're participating in, you no longer identify with that thing that you've identified with for 10 years.
Well, I'm glad you told me that, Tet, and I just want to take a moment here if we can just get all serious. Ben?
Yes.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, John.
John here. I just want to tell you that...
You butter me up because you know I like it when you do that.
I just want to tell you, we live in a glorious new age of acceptance and tolerance. Every day, people are learning to be more accepting of people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Not judge. Not so fast to judge. There's enough judgments in this world. Ben, you have the right to be happy and to enjoy life and to be comfortable with who you really are. You don't have to put on a facade anymore, Ben.
I'm a mage.
This is a judgment-free zone.
Ben the mage.
You don't have to go by what society tells you have to be. You don't have to go by what your Twitter handle says you have to be. Ben, if you no longer identify as a mage, we are your friends, we are your family, we are your raid team.
You are.
We will respect that. Well, some of us are. And we will support you in any way we can. So, Ben.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that.
John, I think the only thing that prevented his heart from breaking in half was that OMF and Aludra didn't bring up Team Wolf Mage. I think that would have crushed him during the raid.
I still changed to a wolf during those times.
John. Hi, John.
Hi, Josh.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Ben the Mage. I also do a couple other shows like Geektopia and Battle Pets, so check those out. This show, however, if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at AzerothRT. You can always listen to every episode we have ever done, including this one and previous ones, on iTunes.
Turns out that's included in all episodes.
And AzerothRoundtable.com. You'll also be able to find future episodes there as well.
From the future!
In the future, you can find...
I listened to next week's episode. It's got Roe on it.
Pretty good,
and we
right?
lose all of our money.
Yes, we do. And of course, last but not least, our intro contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his music at incompetech.com. I'm a mage.
It's okay, Ben.
John, Team Flex Mode.
Team Flex Mode.
Team Flex Mode.
There you go.
And we are done recording.
I'm not.
Thanks, John.
I'm still recording.
I know. You're streaming. It's fine.
This is the post show for all our friends on YouTube.
And Chattiest Carrot, you're great. And what better way to be comfortable with yourself than an Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt?
T-shirt, yeah. Steal that for next time, John.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh.
It turns out there are 85 86 heirlooms. I have 81 of them.
Oh my gosh, Ted, what are you doing? Are the other ones PvP that you don't have?
Yeah, there's the one from Dark Moon Fair PvP. There's the fishing ring from the
Oh yeah, no
fishing
one's got that.
tournament. And the heirloom from that was the other thing I'd been doing. I've been doing Brawler's Guild, which is, good lord. I went in as a tank, and I'm like, okay, when does this get hard?
Oh, is it
'Cause
like super easy now?
At least at the gear level I'm in as a tank, I went through every single rank all the way up to the last fight, and I died twice on one fight. But I blew all the way. I'm on the last fight. Can't do it. And you defeat that fight, and you get the heirloom claws for the agility claws.
Just claws?
Yeah, it's an heirloom fist weapon, and they're claws. And they did look really awesome. But that's the last fight. I haven't gone back and done it in about a week because I just got tired of it. It's a paladin, and there's a whole bunch of little holy, sparkly things that damage you if you run through them. But he does 3 of those guardian angels, and you basically have to navigate through all this stuff, kill that angel down to 50%, then run over to the boss and have the angel charge the boss to knock off a shield. If this sounds like jousting in tournament grounds, it's exactly like that. And then you have to go get the next one. And once you get the 3 shields down, then the whole field disappears, and then you can just focus on DPSing the boss. But since you spend, I don't know, 3/4 of the fight just trying to get the shield down, you've got very little time left to actually DPS the boss down. So
that does not sound like fun to me.
I think I got those claws.
Very possible. You probably did when you were still paying attention to WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brawler's Guild
way
stuff.
back when.
I did that once.
Yeah. Remember when we were all doing that? That was fun.
Yeah, until like it's like, oh, tomorrow it's over. It's like, oh, we should do this.
Well, yeah, this is the new season, so the bosses are in new bosses, different order and stuff. I think at like rank 4, you get a follower, Meatball. Meatball's hilarious because he wanders around your garrison going, "Tommy, hungry," just all caps. It's like, you got any food around here?
Nice.
Great. Yeah. So you get him out of there. You get something at rank 6, and then rank 8, which is once you defeat the last boss, you get to rank 8. That's where you get the heirloom weapon. So I'm like,
Gotcha.
So I'll go back and work on that.
That works.
Yeah. But yeah, and they're all upgraded to 100 because I was just like, I'd sit there and grind through about 25,000 gold in the garrison and then send it to my alt. She'd go over to the heirloom vendor, buy all the upgrade pieces, upgrade the items, and then I'd wait a couple weeks, get another 25,000, just grind through it. So now all 81 are sitting at 100. So I'm like, well, that's done. Don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, a lot of mine are upgraded too, just because it's like, well, I want to level this character.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I want to level this one. Upgrade.
Yeah.
Like, I've thrown so much gold at this expansion because it's giving me so much that now I'm just kind of like, well, I guess I could make those jewel crafting panther mounts.
Yeah,
but
that's on my list.
I still feel like that's too much, though. Like, I should make a mechano hog. I got enough for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 20,000 for the orb alone, and then you better have the rest of the materials because, good lord, they're expensive on the auction house.
Yep, time to farm ghost iron.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Ted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ted. It has been a pleasure.
I'm going to go
Thank
ahead
you for having me.
In the stream. Everybody who joined us, thank you. You're all awesome.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
It's time for some Diablo 3 Season 5.
That's right.
Or in John's case,